Okay, let's continue. We are on Rule 79. Okay. So for Rule 79, no, opposing issuance of letters, testamentary, uh, petition, and to contest for letters of administration. Who may do so? Any interested person as we defined early on, no? So why are they doing this? They they are they found grounds that the person who is asking the court for letters testamentary is not qualified under the rules that we discuss, no? The court will then, of course, hear out the case, no? As to that question of the capacity of these persons. Okay? So they may do so. I just want to be very, very clear, no? That when we look at uh the concept of an opposition, no, we are actually looking at only the qualification in this sense, letters testamentary and letters of administration. We are only looking at the qualifications of the individuals that are asking, no? Okay. For example, in letters testamentary, it's the executor, right? The person named in the will, no? Say for example that the person named in the will, no, has become a person who is a drunkard, no? Who cannot be trusted, correct? No? Not a resident of the Philippines, abroad, right? What then will be the remedy of the heirs or interested persons, no? Because they're scared. He's not a good person. He must. That is where the opposition lies, right? So the proper procedure then, therefore, is when a petition for the issuance of letters testamentary is filed with the court, no, that is pursuant to a probate of the will. The will has already been probated, no? So the question is no longer the validity of the provision, but the capacity of the person being named as executor, right? So just take note of that. No. All right. Then, of course, there is a petition for letters of administration. So say, for example, you are one of those persons who are enumerated in the order of preference. You are the spouse, you are the next of kin. Say, for example, you are the adult child, no? So what do? You file a petition for issuance of letters of administration. So what do you need to put there? No? The rules provide already unsa ang contents, no? Jurisdictional facts, etc., etc. Okay? Mora gid jud na siya ang importante ana. Everything else you can just read. I think it's important lang gid jud also put sa imong legal standing as an oppositor to the issuance of the letters of administration. Please remember ang ato ang concept gihapon diri is an interested person, no? A person who has interest, okay? All right. For Van Mark, I want you to just simply answer the question, who is a special administrator? What is the role of the special administrator? It's a very, very long answer. So I will consider this two recitations ni mo, Van. Long, long answer. That is for Van Mark. Okay. Sige. All right. As I said a while ago, when you have executors, administrators, it creates a trust upon them. They have possession over the property. And therefore, you can always be afraid or wary of the fact that they may not serve the best interest of the estate. Right? We do not know. And therefore, no, an executor or administrator, when they receive, no, the trust, no, the letters testamentary or letters of administration, he has to give a bond. What is his bond? Okay. A bond is parang bail, right? Bail bond, right? A bond is a tender uh to warrant certain things, right? So it is a sum of money that in an amount that is already appreciable in the eyes of the executor administrator to be determined by the court, that the executor administrator will conduct himself with propriety and comply with the reportorial requirements as mandated under the rules, right? Because they are actually required to make a true and just account, to perform all orders of the court, to make a return to the court within 3 months, an inventory of all the goods and the properties, etc., etc. So a bond is actually posted. Okay. The bond is intended, well, to indemnify creditors, no? To indemnify the heirs if the properties are lost by reason of the negligence, etc., etc., no? And so when the court requires all these reportorial requirements, it makes sure that the executor administrator will then follow through with them with the fear that they might lose the bond posted. Remember, it's a bond can be returned when uh the required obligation has been complied with, right? Okay. Anyway, on the matter of the importance and the effect of the bond, you just go to Ocampo v. Ocampo, no? GR number 187879. Okay. And then I think Van Mark will also try to answer, included sa iya ang pag-answer nga, ang special administrator, is he required to post a bond as well nga special administrator man siya? Okay. Let's go to Rule 82. No? Can a person who has been assigned as an executor or administrator, can their position be revoked? Can they resign? Okay. I think I want, yeah, Shane to answer that. This is the second question, ano, for this lecture. So Shane, please answer that. Can they resign? Can they, or can it be revoked? Under what grounds? No, very, very simple. All right. Rule 83. Now, one important role of the administrator executor is to, within 3 months, make a return to the court as to the inventory, no, of the properties, no. But one important thing, no, is that you have to consider that other than the inventory and appraisal, no, the reason why you want to ensure that the estate survives is because more often than not, the estate becomes the only lifeline of the significant others of the testator. The family of the testator who is left behind. No? Therefore, there is a requirement to create provisions for the family left behind. No? And these provisions, no, such as allowances, such as the basic needs, no, may not necessarily come from uh their shares, immediately their shares, because they might not be able to actually legally receive their shares because of, like, physically possess their shares because of their minority and whatnot. And so they have to be given allowances, no? And in order to do that, we have to have, of course, ano, a determination of who, no, gets an allowance or who gets these provisions, no? Under Section 3, the widow and minor or incapacitated children during the settlement of the estate shall receive therefrom under the direction of the court, no? How about grandchildren? The answer is no, because the law only provides for widows and children. But of course, when the settlement of the partition is effected completely, there is no more estate to speak of, kaya na-distribute naman, apod-apod naman, the administrator no longer has an obligation to provide provisions, right? Obviously, it is in the interim nga wala pa na apod-apod ang ato ang estate. All right? Okay. All right. Sige. For Violet, okay, this is worth one recitation, two recitations rather. Can you explain, no, the general powers and duties of the executors? There are four. Not just explain each and every one of them. Ha? Very, very simple lang na siya. And then for Leoribel, we'll also make this two recitations, worth two recitations ni siya. Let's talk about the procedure, no? What if I want to claim against the estate? Or what if there are claims against the estate? No? What will happen? How do we make claims to the estate? Okay? So just to recap, no? For this lecture, we have two questions for Shane, two questions for Elorta. However, the second question is worth two questions. We also have two questions for Racelis, but the second question is worth two questions. And we have one question for Van Mark. That question is worth two questions. Okay? Make sure that you answer them in our GC.